Hi guys, so this is video reflection number 4, and within this chapter, well, the title of this chapter was socialization, and it goes into the different aspects of society and how we really evolved to be where we are today through socialization. In the book, it's defined in various subcategories and then its main context of socialization in general. So socialization itself is the process by which individuals internalize the values, beliefs, and norms of a given society, and learn to function as members of that society. So, as the chapter proceeds, it it covers different forms of socialization, when it happens, how it happens, when it begins, it doesn't really end. But this cycle or process, journey, whatever you like to call it, starts at a very young age. Right when we start really elementary school, kindergarten, preschool, you are taught the norms of society of sitting in a chair and raising your hand, going to the bathroom in a restroom, not, going wherever you want. Being quiet in public. Different things like that. And as you grow older into your teens and eventually into an adult, there are there's another section of socialization, which is adult socialization, when you get a job and maybe go to college. Like, you take those those previously learned aspects of socialization and apply that to your adult life, which is quite interesting. And for me, reading this chapter, I never knew these norms and values in society were known as socialization, or it was like a process that we've inscribed into our society, which is pretty cool. Not cool, but it's just an interesting thing. They also talk about families as well, and really our families are the big, not really culprits, but they're the ones that induce this socialization or these norms, because they want us to know these things so we don't act like crazy people out in public. It's probably why we were put in schools. Plus, we have to learn things, which school is another aspect of socialization, like I talked about earlier, peers, and then and in adult socialization, it talks about re-socialization, which is the process by which one's sense of social values, beliefs, and norms are re-engineered, often deliberately, through an intense social process that may take place in a total institution. So, in the book, it talks about maybe living in another country, going to college, or university, and things like that. And it's really interesting, just changing your environment. You're going to have to learn these totally new norms within that society. So say if I wanted to go live in Paris for a year, or just move there and study Parisian societal methods or whatever, I'll have to learn their norms. I'll have to learn some of their language to get by. And it's really interesting how these criterias or sociological methods are induced in each and every society here around the world. It's just how this whole concept carries on into our adult life. We're going to learn new things and concepts that are norms in different societies, depending on, even if we just stay in our own environment or whatever, we're going to learn new norms through our growth as a human, which is quite interesting. But yeah, that was one topic we touched upon, and then we also touched about roles and gender norms, and I guess that's another thing that I saw quite interesting, that once you're born and you're determined as a girl or a boy, that what determines you as a girl or a boy when you're born is your biological sense of if you have a vagina or if you have a penis, or if you have both, you are either a female, male, or intersexual. I'm not sure. I forgot the term. But if in society your gender is something that was created through your sociological sense of if you have these things, then you're supposed to act this certain way, or if you're a girl, you wear pink, if you're a boy, you wear blue, or you're supposed to play with certain toys, which, again, I thought was very interesting. Even though we see this throughout our childhood and even, obviously, our adult life, and once we start having kids, knowing this, especially as a new generation and a younger generation, will we force these norms onto our children? And then will they force them onto their generation? Which will be really interesting to see. Overall, I thought this chapter was pretty interesting. Really kept me engaged and made me think about a lot of different things in our society that we see as norms or values. So yeah, that's about it, y'all. That's the tea. But yeah, again, really good chapter. Bye.